Hello, my dear viewers. I am V.V. Rao, Verbal Trainer, Department of Training and Placement, Narayana Engineering College, Nellore. In this video, that is first part, I am going to make you aware of various topics that are asked in placement drive exams and competitive examinations regarding verbal section. So in the list you see different topics, and the question paper may not contain all the topics, but they select some of the topics and they frame the questions. What are different topics? Spotting errors, sentence completion, sentence improvement, sentence arrangement, and questions on phrasal verbs, idioms, one-word substitutes, para completion, and also on the topic jumbled sentences, closed test, and analogy test. And some other questions are asked in the form of fill in the blanks, conversion, joining sentences, finding odd words, spell test, homophones also may be asked, and sentence patterns, parts of speech, synonyms, antonyms, and compulsory topic is reading comprehension. Like this, different topics are needed to answer verbal section in competitive examinations. First we go for the topic spotting errors or error correction. So I here clearly explain what are different patterns of questions that are asked in this topic. First one is identify the wrong part if any, otherwise mark no error. In this way instruction is given and we have to answer the question. So question will be like this. The sentence is divided into 4 or 5 parts and we have to identify the wrong part. For example, the bus could not ascend the steep hill because it was in the wrong gears. So while reading, please keep in mind continuously you read the sentence. You read it as a complete sentence, not as parts. So you read it completely, then only you can understand the meaning and also you understand or identify the mistake. I repeat, the bus could not ascend a steep hill because it was in the wrong gears. The answer is C. In the part C, there is a mistake. The correction is it was in the wrong gear. It must be in singular form. The vehicle runs in a particular gear, in a single gear. So it must be in a singular form. So it was in the wrong gear. So simply you mark C. So we have identified the mistake and we marked a C. Like that you have to answer the question. Here the question is given horizontally. The sentence is given horizontally and divided into 4 parts. In the same way, the question may be given vertically. So here also a sentence is divided into 4 parts and given in the vertical form. So look at the sentence. A number of trainees who take this course every year find that their knowledge of mathematics is limited. If the sentence is correct, your option must be E or 5, that is no error. So a number of trainees who take this course every year find that their knowledge of mathematics is limited. Here the answer is no error. The sentence is correct. There is no mistake in any part. So answer is 5. No error. So in this slide we have seen two patterns of questions. So sentence is given vertically and divided into 4 parts. And in the second style, the sentence is given vertical. First one is horizontally, second one is vertically. And another pattern of question. Identify the correct sentence. Identify the correct sentence. So look at the pattern of the question here. There are 5 sentences. We are given 5 sentences. We have to identify the correct sentence. We have to identify the correct sentence. So please go through all the 5 sentences. And the answer is D, fourth one. The newly enrolled student turned page after page while waiting for the teacher. So here it must be in singular, page after page, page after page. It must be in a singular. That phrase must be in a singular. That means 2 words must be in singular form. So correct answer is D. So this is another pattern of a question. We are given 5 sentences and we have to identify the correct sentence. Look at this, another pattern of question. Replace the phrase in bold if necessary. So a sentence is given and a particular part is in bold or it may be underlined. If necessary, you have to replace with the options, with the given options. So please go through the sentence and the options. So the bold part is the residence of one of their teachers, and there is no mistake at all. There is no mistake at all. So answer is E. No correction required. The students informed me that they had gone to the residence of one of their teachers and had stayed there. There is no mistake at all. So answer is E. So in this slide, there are 2 patterns of questions. First one is we are given 5 sentences and you have to identify the correct sentence. And in the second question, a sentence is given and particular part is in bold or underlined. If needed, we have to replace it. Otherwise, the answer is no correction required. And look at this pattern. Just go through the instruction first. So what you see on the slide is a instruction. Please go through it. And this is the question. A sentence is divided into 4 parts. Totally, it is one sentence. It is divided into 4 parts. And we have to mark which are or which is in correct form. That means we have to mark the correct parts of the sentence. We have to mark the correct part of the sentence. So we have to go through and we have to understand. First, you have to identify the wrong parts. It is better to identify the wrong parts, but your answer must show which are correct. Which are correct. So here, these are the options. And the answer is C. Answer is C. Because second part and in the third part, there is no mistake. But in the first part and fourth part, there is a mistake. First part is a tradition said to have been starting by, so there is a mistake. Have been started. It must be like that. And in the fourth part, not worship. It must be in a gerund form. Worshipping over materialism. So first and fourth parts contain mistake. But we have to answer which are correct. So second and third are correct parts. So your answer is C. Second and third parts are correct parts. There is no mistake. So your answer must be C. So in this slide, you see another pattern of a question regarding corrections or spotting errors. So we have to go through the instruction first. and then we have to answer the question. So in this way, the questions may be asked by different companies or in different competitive examinations regarding correction of sentence or spotting errors. Some other examples. Most people would have attended the union meeting if they had a longer notice of it. Answer is D. Correction is a longer notice of it. One more example. The station was a hive of bustling activity. The arrival of the train was the most important event of the day in that remote place. That is the total sentence. The answer is B. The correction is we must use semicolon here, not comma. So the mistake is related to punctuation mark. We must use semicolon here, not a comma. Then it reveals that first one is an important part of the sentence and second one is another important part of the sentence, and totally it is one sentence. One more example. Some women who wear high-heeled shoes have difficulty maintaining her balance without assistance. Answer is C. Answer is C. Maintaining their, THEIR. So maintaining their balance. It must be like that. Some women who wear high-heeled shoes have difficulty in maintaining their balance without assistance. One more example. One should use one's best contract if he wishes to succeed in the corporate world. The answer is again C. Here pronoun he is used, but when we start with indefinite pronoun one, we must use anywhere the same pronoun, that is one. So if one wishes to succeed, it must be like that. If one wishes to succeed. So these are some other examples. And one more. Of the three ministers, which do you think is going to prove more successful? The answer is once again C. So how to correct it? To prove most successful, because the number is 3, more than 2. It must be in superlative. Is going to prove most successful. Most successful. One more example. You try to answer it. Answer is B. So like that, in this first video, we understood how the questions are asked in different patterns regarding the topic sentence correction or spotting errors. My dear viewers, thank you for watching it, and we will discuss other topics in some other videos.